Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alaba Olarewaju. So I'll be making a tutorial on the Django, and for us to understand the basic stuff concerning Django, the apps, how everything runs, and some things like that. Because if we fail to have the proper understanding about this, it's very difficult in building things with the Django. So without wasting much of our time, let's get started. So firstly, I'll be checking if I have the Django installed properly on my laptop. So okay, so this is a short command on how to check your Django version on your PC. So if it's showing something like an error, that means you don't have it properly installed, or you don't have it installed at all. So please, you can, if you have an issue in this command running, I feel you should get a video on the internet on how you can properly run your, install the Django on your laptop or computer. Okay, so I think it's time to start. Okay, so let's start. I'll move to my directory desktop, and then we need to create a project. So let's just call this file hello. Okay, as a file project. Let's go to another thing. Let's call project. Okay, so I want you to understand this. The Django is a world on its own, and just as normal countries in the world have their rules and regulations on how things are being run, so also is the Django. Okay, let me use don't let me use countries, let me use Git. We know Git has its own commands, so we might not really understand the mystery behind the commands, but all we know is that to do some particular things we need to run this command. So to start a project with the Django, we need to use this Django -admin, then start project. So we need to have these things at the back of our mind. So this is start the project. Then after, you're going to write the name of the project you want to make. So just have it like that at the back of your mind. You just need to adapt to this. Some of you might be using VS Code, some Python, and the rest. So I use Atom because that's what I was introduced to when I started programming. Okay, so the name of our project is project. I should find that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so we created a project called project. I hope this is not going to confuse us. Okay, maybe that was my mistake. Okay, so if you notice, we have two different directories, or let me say folder, project. Why the Django made it like this was we can separate manage.py from our project. So we need to put it in a directory. So yes, we need to put it in a directory. So that's why the Django created an external folder for us, another folder, and called it exactly the name we made, or the name we got for our project. But that doesn't matter, you can change this. Yeah, so the both are there, but if this is not included, you can see this is outside this. Yeah, so I want us to get that. Okay, so I'll be explaining shortly on this without wasting much of our time. Okay, so init underscore init underscore dot py. Okay, this is just an empty file, nothing is to be written inside. This is just to make a connection with Python. That this is the Python what I call it. This is meant to have a connection with Python. Yeah. So this is just okay. This has to have a connection with Python. It's a Python project. Yeah, we're going to use the Python. Okay, but this is not necessary as before because the Django Python has made their version, the latest version, so good that without this you can run it. But there was a particular time that you must use this file. Yeah, but we're going to be leaving it like this because Django gave us, and we don't want to spoil things. So this is gi.py and wsgi.py. So these have same things in common. So this is having a connection with our system, import OS, having connection with our operating system, with our laptop, then having connection also with the project setting. That's the name of our project settings. Yeah. So also this you can see. Okay, they mainly have connections with servers on the internet and on websites like that. So this deals with asynchronous codes. Why this one deals with synchronous codes. So that's just the difference between them. Okay, we have settings.py. So I'm going to be rushing through this. Okay, we have the Django has some comments for us. So okay, this is we created a project using this command, and this is my version of the Django version I use. So to see more on this, we have some URLs we can check. This is going to direct us to Django documentation and many more. Okay, this is for the settings. You can just take this to understand what it's all about. So we're going to be posting something about use and so this is just all about parts. You should know what parts is, moving through your system, your folders, and the connection between files for your project. Okay, so if you can see, we have a function, a path we imported with the file created. You can see, so this mainly concerning our files. You can see there's a comment here, build path inside the project like this. So this is just about directories and the project to create. Okay, this is a secret key. So for every project you make with Django, you're going to be given a secret key randomly. So you can see how difficult this can be guessed or something like that. Okay, we're told to keep it secret, but I'm making this open because this is just for a tutorial. So I hope you get that right. Okay, so this is just for a tutorial. Yeah, so I'm making it. Anytime I push the Django to GitHub, I have some integrations that want me based on my secrets I'm not meant to share. So anytime I push the Django project, I'm always one. So I basically remove this and keep it empty. Yeah. So I'm going to make it open. So the debug got true. You'll be advised to keep this as false. That was telling us here, but it's better you leave this as true. Why? We left as true because we are putting this in debug mode. So if there is an issue, you can easily get a debug message for you to get where your errors came up from. I hope we get that. Yeah. So that's basically that. So where our errors came up from. Yeah. So we have allowed host. Allowed host is like a form of security. If you be running your Django, because I already run the Django, I've done that before, running the Django on Python anyway. That's a website that makes for you to make projects like that, maybe as a team, as an individual. So if you're using that, so it's advisable you put this here might not really understand what this is all about, or it's a form of protection. Yeah. So, but since it's basically on my local computer, so go to Control Z and then continue. So we have installed apps. Okay, so if we're going to create an app, sorry. So using the Python manage.py start app and something like that, we need to install and register our app here, something like that. Okay, so we have middleware. Middleware is just about security and dealing with sessions and things like that. So you can see alt messages for securing things. That's what middleware is all about. I think we all know about sessions, and then you see that on the website. It's a form of storing information, users' information, and personal data. Yeah. So root URL. Yeah. So this is just telling us that this is the base URL file, because any project we make must have a URL file. So this is just telling Django in the settings of py that this is the main URL file. It is product.url. So this template, okay, sorry for that. So this is created by Django template or Django. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that. The next. So I already talked on this. The project.wsgi database. Okay, database. You can read more on this. Just Python. You can use any database with Python. So Python has a basic database, which is SQLite. So that's a primary database. So once you create your Django app, that's what you're going to do. So if you don't like it, you can change this. But you have to make some configurations. So you have to use this URL to go to Django documentation to fix this out. But we're good to go like this. Okay, so alt password, but you should know that it's just all about security and password, and then some basic things like this. So this time language code. So you can change this also. We have some links here, so you can just check this out and know what this is all about. So urls.py. Okay, we have some comments here. So this is to list route URLs to views, having connection to my URLs to your views, and we don't have a view here because we've not created an app. So this is just going to be like how your apps are going to be running through using URLs and registering them here in the project main file. There's also a link here. So we have different form of views we can use. Okay, so we have an import here. Okay, so basically depending. So I think I use this. Yeah, I use it depending. Yeah, depending, and I think I use this also. So depending, I use this or this, depending on what's transferred. Yeah. Okay, so I talked on this already. So manage.py. So okay, I want you to really understand what manage.py is. Okay. So manage.py. This if you notice, if we're writing commands and Python, we do write Python manage.py is something, manage.py is something. Okay, this is very, very powerful, very, very powerful. As small as the code is, I tell you, it's doing a lot of work here. Okay, so this is the Django command line utility for administrative tasks. You can see it as a comment. So you can see that it runs administrative tasks, it runs commands, and anyone like that for your project. Okay, it's connected. You can see it here. Okay, let me start from here. Okay, it's connected to your PC, to your laptop, your computer, checking for your operating system and dealing with something like that because of you're running it locally on your laptop. So, and if you also notice, it has set the virtual environment. You can see it here, and has a connection with your settings, with the settings of your project. That's my intro. That's why you can run some commands and it's affecting your project. So there's a try and except here. I think we know what the next step is. So if this doesn't work, and it's also having a connection with our command line, that's how we can run this code and it's working. Yeah. So if this doesn't work, so it's going to give you this. Did you forget to activate the virtual environment? Because yes, something like that. So that's what monitors POI is. I think I've been able to explain this better. Yeah. So I think I've been able to explain what it's all about. Okay. So what should I do? Okay. I would be creating an app. Sorry. So okay, let me explain this. There's a difference between an app and a project. What do I mean by that? Okay, it's a collection of apps that make a project. Yeah, a collection of apps that make a project. So different apps make a project. So there's a difference. Okay, so let's create an app. Okay, so I'm going to move to the directory of my project, which you see the project. I'll put in the project that, because if you're going to run any commands outside, it's not going to work. Because we're going to include and start using our manage.py, which I told you here. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so Python manage.py, then start app. Okay, what should we call it? Let's just call it hello. Okay, you can see that some things are already passing into our project. Yeah, so that has worked already. So let me just clean it out. Okay, so we have an init __init__py. I explained this earlier, so we should do that. We also have this and this. I hope you know that also, because I explained them. We have its own separate. Oh, sorry, that was a mistake. Okay, so hello, we have __init__py. I explained this earlier. We have an admin.py. An admin.py, we register our models here, we import it from here. After we import it, then we'll register it here, so that once we enter into our local host, all the models and everything is going to show. Yes, so right. If you make it here, even if it's working well, if we don't register it here, it's not going to show on our application. So that's the essence. So we have apps. So this is like a configuration of setting the app made, yeah, which is called hello. So it has been created for us. So this has no issues. We have models. Models is how you want to create your data, the format in which you want your data, the process in which you want your data. So this is just about data. So from the Django.db, from the Django database, import models. So that's what models is all about. Yeah. So we have this. I've not used this before, so I don't really know how it works. But just to test, you should know, just to test your code. Okay. We have views. So views is how you render things. You can see it from the Django that shortcut for render. Okay, if you use the get format to get something, is the thing available? Is the thing there? We have other things we can import. Yeah, like or import and get objects or render for. We know we have 200. We have others. We have the likes. So 200 is when the page is there. I think 403 is that's for redirect. So this the work of views. Also, if you create a template file, or you want to be displaying templates, you're going to be using HTML and the likes. So that's what we're going to be seeing. This is going to be working at the back. Yeah, it's going to be working at the back. Then our template is going to be working at the front. So it's the template we're seeing. So it is going to be telling us if this is not here, okay, you give them the 404. Yeah. So, but if you want to redirect, so this is what this is all about, and it has to have connection with our models. Once we put something with our models, and it must have something to do with our page. So lastly, okay, I'm going to be creating a super user. Okay, before I forget, we need to create URLs file just for the Hello app. So let's just create that. And we're going to import this by ourselves from the Django URL import. What do we import again? Import path. Yeah. So this is basically this is the main thing that's going to be here. I can assure you of that from here. There. Okay. Did I explain this? I don't know. Okay, this is every Django project has admin interface that Django automatically gives us. So this is the URLs here. So we also have, okay, this was imported for the sake of this, and we have ours here separately, so that's why we can't put it here. Yeah. So this is where we're going to register our modules. Okay, so lastly, I just want to create a super user. So we're going to be using Python manage.py create. Okay, create super user. So let me explain. Oh, what was that? Okay, super user. I didn't know why that blew up. Okay. Okay, so let's just run this Python manage.py. Just check if any change were made. Make migrations. Okay, I haven't spoken to this. Okay, so this is just to create if any changes were made. You can see any changes were detected. So this is going to make a change. And we also have one which is a manage.py migrate. So this is going to apply the change every time we make a year. So migrate. So things like that. So I'm already applying migration, and you can see I'm going to create all these files. And I think I showed us this in the project settings.py. Especially, I saw this content type there and something like that, dimensions and something like that. So we have that here, migrations. Okay, we have it here. So you can see another file has been created for it. For it and init.py, you can't see anything there. So, but if you make a database, isn't because the database has been created for us here. That's an SQLite database. So, but then machine language or something like that. Okay, so I don't believe it. So you can see because of the run the make migrations. So the migration, the migrate is going to apply any change we make for our model so that the database can be created. Yeah. So let's create a user for user Python manage.py. If you know utilizing manage.py, most of our commands you can see how powerful that is. Create super user. Okay. So if you can see this, manage.py. So it's like creating an account, just like creating an account. In the Django admin interface, I told you that Django automatically gives us. So we're going to just check this out, and we're just going to see. So I'm just going to increase. Let's increase is okay. Let me just do it like that. Email address. Sorry for that. Password. Okay. I'm going to use Oh, my password didn't match. There was a mistake there. Okay, it worked. Why I made my password so conf was if I made it very simple, it's going to complain. But you can go ahead to continue with the small password in it. So I just did it like this. So it's going to. So let's just check if what we've been able to do really worked out well. So we're going to use this last command. Then we're yeah. So Python manage just py run server. This is just to run this locally and to see our progress and things like that. If you make anything, if you want to check how it works out, you can use the manage py server. So it's going to connect you to a server on your browser to see how it is. I'm just going to copy this URL I'm going to use. So let me open my browser. That's probably. Okay, so you can see telling us that this works so well. So you can see this debug. You just have to leave it to true. So if you have any mistake, then it's going to give you a sign. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to bring the tutorial to an end. So I'm going to be making another tutorial, making and adding some things to our views and the URLs, and just something in our interface to see how things are really going to work out, and then learn more. So I'm going to be dropping some links below. My Twitter account, maybe my LinkedIn and my GitHub account, so you can connect with me. And also you can put comments down. Yes, where I need to improve myself. Yeah, and some things like that. Okay, and then you can like, share for others to really understand this, because this is very vital. You can help other developers. And also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye.